We understand disease as, in fact, an entity which is caused by derangement of certain functional and structural aspects of the body. So the purpose of the treatment is to bring back the balance by either eliminating the toxic factors from the body or just by simply pacifying the deranged factors. Doshas are the functional principles of the body which governs all the activities in the body. So any physiological functions can be broadly classified under all these three headings. In Sanskrit we call it as Vata, Pitta and Kapha. What we actually do is different types of massage. What is more popular and more effectively practiced is oil massage. In Sanskrit it is known as Abhyanga, which is nothing but application of medicated oil on the head, face and all over the body. So there we need to understand a little bit of the treatment principles of Ayurveda. It's always the opposites. When there is a disease is caused by dryness, or when there is an aggravation of dryness in the body, you give the opposite of dryness. It is a lubricating, oily thing. So when there is increase of cold properties in the body, you treat with hot thing, so that there is a balance. So this is the basic Ayurvedic principle of treatment. So that's why a traditional Ayurvedic company manufactures around 150 varieties of oil in that. Ayurveda considers, very interesting thing is that as a body is compared to an inverted tree with its root on top and branches and trunk down. So any treatment is just like watering or irrigating the roots of a plant. So though it is only done to the head, its effect is supposed to reach the most distal part of the body. Another treatment is Shirovasti. Shiro again means head, Shiras, it represents. Vasti means something to retain whatever medicated fluid we are going to. Shirovasti is effective in diseases of various ear, nose, throat diseases, degenerative problems of the spine, neck, migraine and other neurological problems. This combination of say Abhyanga, Dhara, Pidichal, Navarakiri is also done in many recuperative phase of various illnesses, including certain type of cancer, we can say.
No, he is taking care of me.
He's taking care of you.
Very well.
Very well.
Actually, he had been diagnosed with CA prostate.
Yes, and he had an orchidectomy.
Yeah, and secondary is in the spine.
And you feel much better now?
Yeah. Now PSA has come down to because of that 0.3.
And you still have follow-up with PSA?
It wound off for only 3 months.
Not for 3 months.
And today I will be getting my PSA result.
Yeah, today we will get the
Because I think for you, if you to convince, if you can repeat PSA after each Ayurvedic course and show that PSA is decreasing with Ayurveda alone,
Last time it was
would be
clear.
it would be enormous.
Last year, no, when he came for the treatment, and after the treatment, drastically it came down actually.
Right.
two or three things which are of interest. First, he's very well and very satisfied and in very good shape for 83. So it's
Thank you, sir.
so it's good anyhow. Second, I think it's very important to see, for me, that you are not stopping the former treatment.
Yeah.
And
That is more important, sir.
and it's a sign of open mind, and it means that we can try to do things together. Because
Also, I'm trying to reduce the complications.
yes,
actually.
no. This is very clear to me. This is very clear to me. But on the other hand, you have difficulties to evaluate what ayurveda is precisely doing, because you are giving both therapies, allopathy and ayurveda.
There is no progression of the disease.
No, it's true. But again, a Western doctor will argue that it's because he's missing hormonal treatment.
Yeah.
And you're not, you see the point. So I think you have to convince that you are doing something additive to that.
It's a case of basal cell carcinoma.
Removed surgically.
Yeah, that there was an abscess actually. That they have
It's
removed.
a complication after surgery.
Yeah.
It was a large one. Yet it's not possible to graft it.
They had tried, sir.
They have tried.
Yeah.
And you are treating him for how long?
Last almost 2 years, I think. Yeah.
But
Three-
it's a pity that it has been treated so late, because
Yeah, it's late. Yeah.
if it is still better after some more courses of treatment, would you consider it again for a graft?
Even now they are continuing both the treatments, sir, actually.
But you think that you will send him to a surgeon to try to have a graft skin?
Already they have tried many
Yes, but
times.
now
it
it's
was
better.
Now it's better.
If
So-
it's still improving, you would
Yeah,
consider that?
definitely, sir. I'm open actually. Patient has to improve. No, that is my.
No, but it's.
This time
but
he has been-
it's a pitiful story.
Yeah. And so in
I think,
between,
I think this is the largest case I
in
have seen
between-
in my life.
Is it? വേദന എങ്ങനെയുണ്ട്? അത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിൽക്കും. വേദന കുറവുണ്ട്. അല്ലേ? Every day they are washing with the medicated water, sir. So after washing that, there will be little bleeding, then there is no pain.
Your topics is fantastic. I think maybe an interest for us would be to use that for patients undergoing radiotherapy, severe radiation, maybe to prevent
Yeah.
skin problems in those patients. I would be, maybe you would be interested to do that study with me.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. It's good for the public, no? We have to come out with some other new techniques. All of us has to join together for the betterment of human being, no?
Thank you.
പൊന്നെ പന്ത്രണ്ട് മുളക് കാട്ടുമുളക്
Just smell it. In Ayurveda, there is no one plant, one disease association. Sometimes there may be 50, 60 ingredients used in one preparation. So the preparation will be well balanced. Ayurveda is actually a health care system, more a health care system than a system of treating diseases. Of course, that is one part. But the basic principle is, if your body is healthy, there won't be any disease. So Ayurveda is advising to keep the body healthy according to certain norms, according to certain lifestyle, daily routine, etc. Even today, comparatively few people are studying plants as a whole. They are going to molecular level, micro level studies. They forget about the plant. Only the molecules are important to them. But we are natural objects. We are part of nature. We cannot go against the principles of nature. In spite of all the technological development, scientific achievements, we are still basically part of nature. Just like a grass or just like a grasshopper, we are also part of the nature. There are several plants which are mentioned as useful in treating cancer. But we lack actual experimental data.
You have a list of those plants?
Oh yes.
Yes, a lot. A very long list. You will give me a copy of this list?
Oh yes.
This is very kind of you. Thank you very much. But I recognize some names. You know that we are also using chemicals, as you say, extracted from plants as very potent anti-cancer agents.
You are isolating only one part from
this is
that.
true.
But instead, if you are using the whole thing, that will be more natural and that will be more familiar to the body. Because treatment for cancer is always having side effects, so many side effects.
I'm an oncologist. My field is cancer. because of a complicated story of a patient who has been treated both in my institute, in my cancer institute, and here. I would like to understand better the differences and further if we are speaking of the same thing or not, and to be complementary. And I think your experience could be quite interesting if you accept, because you have both culture. You are living in London?
Yes, I am.
But you are from Indian origin?
Yes.
When were your breast cancer diagnosed?
In November 2008.
In London?
In London.
Where have you been treated? In which hospital in
At
London?
the Royal Marsden Hospital.
Royal Marsden, the famous
yes.
one?
Yeah, the famous one for cancer, yes. Because of the reduction mammoplasty, somehow my sutures got septic because I'm diabetic.
You had infections,
yes.
scars infections.
Yes. What the doctors at Royal Marsden, what they said was that the sepsis is because of the radiotherapy, and a lot of fat necrosis has
on the same side.
On the same side, fat necrosis.
So, despite the fact that it was absolutely not a severe case of cancer, it wasted months of your life as well because of the complications of treatment.
Yes, a whole year.
And how was your morale at that time?
I was pretty low because if you're kept on antibiotics for a long period of time, and then the fact that this is a very painful period, it was more painful rather than having the operation. So, the pulse and the dressing, all that was very painful. So that was the period when I just couldn't go through with it. And that's when I decided that I would like to retire. So I retired from my work. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's normal. Take your time. It's painful. Our discussion is...
no, it's just, it brings back memories of the pain.
Such sad memories,
yes. Dr. Ravindran treats me, Dr. Ravindran, the medical director here.
Yes, I know him.
And I explained to him everything about the cancer, the breast cancer, and how I haven't got the cancer back, but I'm getting this sepsis. They used to give me a paste, which I had to apply at night for half an hour. After that, I have not had any infection at all. Ayurveda is, again, it's not just to do with the meditation or with the spiritual part of it. They have the medicines which they are giving, they are time tested and they are working. It's just the principle is different. It's because it's curing your whole body, the system in your body. What they believe is the disease, you're getting the disease because there's a lot of toxins in your body. So when they get rid of the toxins, then you're able to get rid of the disease. So this is how they're treating the medicated oils, the different therapies which they're giving you. And they're also giving you medicines to take in. All these medicines are working towards taking out all the toxins in your body at cellular level.
J'aime la paix de ce lieu. Je crois que je pourrais y rester des heures. Alors, je ne sais pas si c'est le résultat du bain, parce que je ne sais pas comment il a été pour vous, mais moi, il est complètement régénérateur. Je trouve ce... Je ne sais même pas un rituel, je ne sais pas comment on peut appeler ça. Cette promenade dans l'eau et cette rencontre avec le mercure, moi, ça me donnerait presque des ailes. Alors, je sais que Mercure en avait, mais ça me donnerait presque des ailes. Vous, c'était comment?
Alors, moi, c'est quand même une expérience très étonnante et très étrange et qui m'a appris des choses. Moi, c'est surtout ça. Moi, ce que j'aimerais, c'est que pour une fois, on ne parle pas de médecine.
Ben là, elle est loin.
Voilà, qu'on est loin et qu'on parle des quelques moments qu'on a vécus qui touchent à ce qu'il faut appeler la spiritualité ou la religion. Alors, je suis totalement athée et a priori totalement non sensible à cette dimension et en plus très marqué familialement par la Deuxième Guerre mondiale. Et je pense que c'est autour de ça que la vie et la vie humaine est probablement ce qu'il y a pour moi de plus important.
Je peux poser une question? Vous n'avez rien ressenti du tout?
Bien sûr que
Ou
si.
à un moment, il y a quelque chose qui a fait toc-toc. Il a dit, tiens, bonjour Thomas, je suis là. Quelque chose, c'est un peu naïf la façon dont je l'ai dit. Mais...
Je pense que je suis inchangé dans mes convictions, dans ma façon de penser.
Ça, je peux le croire, oui.
Je me sens plus cultivé, je me sens comprenant mieux ce qui s'est passé, je me sens très impressionné. Je pense que ce que j'ai appris est plus du domaine du sociologique. C'est l'importance du lien que crée entre les gens la pratique d'une religion et les rites qui vont autour d'une religion.
Problems as well. She has a very sensitive stomach.
Hello, doctor. Hello. Thank you very much. You give me a big gift. Thank you.
What are you doing? I'm really convinced that there is a science here, that there is a knowledge, there is a tradition. It's no doubt that it can have some efficacy in a number of diseases. I'm convinced by intuition, but not by evidence-based. And I have seen striking things which I can't explain with my current knowledge. So I have to think about and to understand better. It doesn't mean that I am converted to, I'm not becoming an Hindu or an Ayurvedic doctor. I still have my belief and I still believe in my science. But I'm convinced that something is happening here. maybe our doctors have not the same internal qualities than yours.
But Ayurveda in fact teaches to be questioning in nature.
Yes.
You are not allowed to take anything for granted.
And a number of Western doctors are arrogant persons, thinking that they have science and knowledge. And we should change that.
Very good.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Je fais 15 000 km pour faire quoi? 30 cm. Je passe de là à là. Qu'est-ce qu'ils m'ont appris ici? Ils m'ont appris que j'étais pas ce que je pensais être socialement, que j'étais pas mon corps, que j'étais pas toutes les pensées, tout le bordel, on peut dire ça, qui était dans ma tête, que j'étais bien autre chose. Donc à la fois, tu comprends, quand j'essaye de t'expliquer que je peux remercier cette maladie, je comprends, mais je comprends que ça te choque et que ça te mette en rogne.
Je pense que cette maladie est une malédiction.
Non, mais je comprends que ça te choque et ça te mette en rogne. Mais si moi je refais le parcours...
Et puis c'est ton parcours à toi. Il ne faut pas que tu deviennes un modèle.
Mais attends, j'ai absolument pas l'intention de le devenir.
Voilà, c'est ça,
moi,
c'est la seule chose que je voudrais qu'il soit clair
tout...
entre nous.
Mais non, mais j'ai absolument...
Je suis très heureux de ce qui t'est arrivé. Je suis très heureux qu'on se retrouve là. Je pense que tu n'es pas absolument le modèle idéal à suivre. Mais bon, chacun son opinion.
Non, moi simplement ce que je pense, c'est que ce qui est fondamental, c'est que chacun décide de sa vie.
Ce qui m'a le plus étonné, c'est les gens. C'est les gens et la qualité des gens que j'ai rencontrés, la qualité humaine des gens que j'ai rencontrés. J'ai rencontré en quelques jours, alors que tu me les avais sélectionnés, des personnes formidables, avec qui, effectivement, dont j'aimerais avoir certains dans mon institut. J'ai vu des gens qui avaient une culture, une profondeur, qui avaient réfléchi, et ça m'a ému, touché. J'ai eu des discussions d'un niveau extrêmement élevé, peut-être de gens, tu veux que je dise le mot admirable, j'ai admiré un certain nombre de personnes que j'ai rencontrées. J'ai vu des malades heureux, j'ai vu des malades qui avaient envie de revenir. C'est rare de voir ça dans les hôpitaux français. Quand tu es dans un hôpital, tu as envie de te tirer et tu n'as pas envie de dire je réserve ma chambre pour l'année prochaine. Alors j'en fais pas le même métier, la même maladie, etc. Il y a des différences. Mais j'ai été frappé par le fait que des malades soignés aux États-Unis ou des malades soignés en Angleterre, certes d'origine indienne, mais quand même, disent pour mon cancer, je suis suivi là-bas, mais pour me remettre et être pris en charge humainement, moralement et pour récupérer, c'est beaucoup mieux ici. C'est quelque chose que j'entends et que je reçois, que je comprends et dont j'essaierai de m'inspirer. So we have a common enemy, which is death.
I have to contradict. Death is not an enemy, but cancer is an enemy.
Cancer is an enemy. This is clearly...
From the moment a person knows that he is stricken with cancer, he is always thinking about when he will die. So this should be changed.
It brings the daily idea of your own death.
Exactly.
In your daily life, which is something unbearable for most of us.
Philosophically, remembering your death is very good, because then you will do only good things to yourself and also to others. But here, you are creating a kind of panic in an emergency situation.
It's true. I think it's true in the West as well.
Yeah, everywhere.
In which the family situation, the social situation, the professional situation is destroyed. And it changed the way the other ones are looking at you. And it changed the way you are looking to the other one. And it changed your vision of life, even if the treatment is successful, even if you live long. Your vision of the rest of it is changed, is modified.
So do you think that if we change the definition of care we give the patient, even What is your opinion that, recently, people with psychiatric problems, they were referred to as patients, but nowadays, psychologists are referring to them as clients.
If it's true, yes.
Everybody is spiritual, because spirit is in everybody. That is my faith, that is my knowledge. So everybody is spiritual, but organized religion and organized systems of expressing spirituality, they may be lacking it. So deep inside, everybody knows that they are something more than their body and mind. Because their mind is changing, their attitude is changing. But still the person is saying, I, the sense of I, which is, that does not change. So there is something more in every individual. That is spirit or the soul. And whether they express it, or whether they feel it, or whether they are using their body and mind to enrich what is going on deep inside, that is different. So everybody is spiritual. I found Dr. Thomas an open person. The very fact that he came to India to explore something new, that itself is a good beginning.
Mais là, on est presque au bout de ce voyage. Il y a un dernier mot que je voudrais te dire. Je voudrais te dire merci. En général, c'est pas dans ce sens-là que ça se passe, mais là, le médecin dit merci à la malade. D'abord, cette idée de voyage auquel je n'avais jamais cru, que je prenais pour une blague, nous l'avons fait. Tu l'as fait. Et c'était un voyage fabuleux. C'était un voyage fabuleux dans un pays fabuleux. Et j'ai appris des choses. Moi, ce que j'aime le plus, c'est découvrir et apprendre. Et grâce à toi, j'ai découvert et j'ai appris des choses. Merci.
Bah écoute, moi je te dis merci d'avoir eu confiance. Et surtout, j'ai un sentiment d'une mission accomplie. C'était ce que je voulais faire. C'était pour moi extrêmement important. Important de restituer cette expérience-là. Je crois que maintenant tu peux comprendre pourquoi c'était important. Et je suis ravie qu'on l'ait fait ensemble.
Tenez la main, la main.
Bon.
La main.
Alors, attendez.
Hop, on est calme.
Oui, oui, oui.
Ayez confiance en la main de la médecine.
Non, il n'y avait pas ce qu'il fallait. T'es vraiment infernal. Je crois qu'on va jamais pouvoir te changer. J'ai eu un moment d'espoir, mais je pense que j'y arriverai jamais. Finalement, reste comme tu es. Thomas, bouge pas. Change rien. Finalement, c'est pas plus mal.